Hey y'all, Zach McDonald, your real estate agent with Real Property Associates. And today's question that every home buyer should ask is, what is a title report? I think what I'll weave into this too is just what is title insurance in general, and then why do you get it? So let's start with title insurance because that's gonna set up this whole conversation. Title insurance is insurance on the title of the property. If you're a car owner or have owned anything like a car, vehicle, you're gonna have what's called a title, and that's gonna show ownership of that vehicle. If you have a house, the title shows ownership of the house. Same thing. If you have a car, you are required to have car insurance, and this car insurance is going to protect you as the car owner if you have an accident or if you're liable for anything around your vehicle, essentially. The same thing happens with title insurance, but it's a little bit different. So with the car insurance, you are protecting yourself against future possibilities, things that might happen in the future. With the title report, so we've got this title for the house. Title insurance is actually going to protect you on things that happened in the past. For example, I have a transaction right now. We're working on getting it closed here in the next couple days. There was a bankruptcy. The seller went bankrupt, their business did at least, and there was a lien put on the house, which means the creditor is essentially laying claim to the house, saying, when you sell your house, you owe us this money. The IRS can do that. A contractor could do that. If you owe somebody money, there's a potential for them to put a lien on your house. The bank does that when they finance your house. So when you purchase a house, or in this case, when the seller is selling the house to you, they most likely have financing of some kind unless they've paid it off. And the bank at that point would be entitled to repayment of that money. And what happens is those liens, or they could be called clouds. There's other things that can be on the title, but we'll talk just mainly about the liens here. Those go with the property. So they don't follow the person necessarily. Once they're on the house, they're on the house. So if they haven't paid their taxes, or they're trying to get away, they have a mortgage, those things will follow the house. So if you're buying that house, you want to make sure those things are paid off. And what this title company does is they're going to provide insurance to make sure there's none of those liens on the house or clouds on the title that they know about. So like a claim of adverse possession by the owner, by the next door neighbor, things like that. So you've got these clouds and you've got these liens, and this title company is going to insure the title. So first of all, they do a lot of research, and that's what's going to be on the title report. And they're going to show you what they found in their research. And then based on that, they're going to make sure that liens are paid off, clouds are cleared up, things like that, because after that, they are now going to be insuring the title for the future. So if you are now the owner, and this happened to one of our, we have a group of people in our company that do house remodels and flips. And a few months back, they bought a house that the title company did their research, insured the title, and then there was a creditor that came and said, hey, we have an unpaid debt that is owed, and we're liening the house, and the title company actually ended up paying that as part of the insurance. So they do their research, and then they say, okay, based on this research, we're comfortable insuring the title. Seller pays off the different liens, things like that at closing, and then the title insurance company will cover the house for anything else that they missed. And so in that case, they had to pay off that debt and that creditor rather than the new buyer. So as a buyer, this is something that's part of the transaction. And then the bank also wants to have a title insurance policy. So there's two different policies. There's an owner's policy and a bank policy, and the costs are essentially split on that. Seller and buyer pay part of it, each of them. So I hope that's helpful. Title insurance is a lot like a car insurance, except for that it's going to be protecting you on past events rather than future events.